What up, gang? Hello and welcome and happy mh3 early access on Magic Online Day. Yes, it is 7:45 p.m. Nelly is a dad first and a streamer second. Um, I may have misunderstood the initial instructions. Hello, Disrupting Spectator in the creator program. I definitely saw 7 a.m. to 9 p.m. 9 p.m. is when they fully close the entire server down. 7 p.m. is when you can stop joining queues. So just before I started the stream, I realized I won't be playing any new mh3 cards. Although maybe I could get a constructed casual game going with someone else who's on the beta server, but I'm not. I don't need to like test it or whatever. Um, so constructed it is because we can still do that. So we have access to the card images at least, and we can brew decks. So that's something I've been wanting to do anyway. And like off the top of the collector numbers of mh3, we have all these Eldrazi's. So why don't we just try out channel Eldrazi decks, and like try to come up with something like a list that we enjoy. So I'm thinking like mono green with lots of colorless. I'm also thinking Highlander. Oh, Canadian Highlander. Yeah, we're gonna brew Canadian Highlander decks, spectator, because uh, that's our niche. Um, so, although I would have played a draft maybe, or done this as well, or maybe I would have piloted a modern deck if, because draft and modern were the formats available for the event today. Um, if somebody had one, or I could think of one, or I could think of any card that I wanted to play in modern. Maybe that'll happen someday. Anyways, there's a new Emrakul. There's a new set of Titans. So I feel like just like starting with jamming all of the Titans in this deck list will be cool. And yeah, we're just going to be, this is just, hey, what up, Zero? This is just going to be a brewing stream. We might get 2 decks built. We're going to click on 200 cards at least, right? And probably more like 500. I need this to be this big in order to see it. But where do I put it on this screen? Can I move these around? Yeah, I can. Oh, sick. Okay, what if I just put this here? Eh? Look at Nelson using Magic Online. I'm so proud of him. Um, no, don't care about you. This is like a set review. This one has to get in, right? It's a free spell. You don't get to draw a card, but you get to put a bunch of cards in exile, which like comes up later, right? Maybe. If I recall from our set review, it comes up later. Somebody cares. Oh yeah, I know who it is. It's this guy. He cares about how many cards are in exile, right? Greatest mana value. So you might devour your own greatest mana value and then cast this. It's only 10 mana. It's practically free for an Eldrazi. This one seems like you probably play it. It's cycling too. This one seems extremely win more. Although it's adorable. And it might be win just the right amount. Like, if you have this... Not that we're not going to have plenty of 6s already. Like, we're going to play all of the Primeval Titans we can. And there's at least 3 or 4, right? Like, we're going to play cards that get multiple lands out of our deck. I think we should actually... A card that I'm kind of interested in is that 5-mana Fog from Baldur's Gate. Ukon, you picked a whole bouquet of oopsie daisies. Oh, I picked a whole bouquet of oopsie daisies. Not really. Honestly, if I could talk about how today went, actually just talking about me and my life, like, I was just, as I rolled up to my computer desk to start the stream, I'm like, there was 12 whole hours that this event was going on, and I was just doing stuff the whole time, not getting to stream and play MTGO. Just, like, got up, got my kids' lunches made, got myself out the door, cup of coffee in hand, got them to school, came back, worked my admin job for 45 minutes, went and did Okie Okie, went and worked a different job for 45 minutes, same gig, but like different site, and then went and picked the kids up from school, brought the kids home, got the kids fed, worked that first job the third time that day, and then had to get them to the beach because it's nice out now. The sun's been hiding all of May. And they wanted to play still. And yesterday we didn't run them enough, and they didn't sleep. So I just had to go and dad. So I biked from my neighborhood to the beach, which is like on my e-bike. Usually takes about 25 minutes. Of course, the battery dies on the way back. I just have, like, counting this, 3. I have the LRR job. I work for this company in town doing admin stuff. And then I also stream. So, like, those 3... yeah, and this one pays the bills the least. Obviously, I totally support everybody who has subbed, who is subbing, or who's tossed bits, or who's told their friends come check out this channel. I do like this job, and I come and do it whenever I can, but I obviously have to put the gigs that pay the mortgage in front. So I admit this is the time that I managed to get for this, and when I was planning it, I was like, oh yeah, okay, I've got till 9. I'm going to be able to bang out at least 2 matches. But yeah, I had that whole day. But I'm still happy to be here. I want to brew this channel Eldrazi deck, and like probably I'll do a way worse job than Wheeler did, and we can all enjoy that. This is Dragon playable. I think you have to play Glary. This card just kind of seems like it's sort of bananas. Like, it might actually be one of the better ramp spells because it's only 3 to get in the door, and then it might make 3 mana the following turn or something, right? But yeah, that was my day. Sorry. Oh, right. It's also Final Shape Raid Race Day. That's right, Josh. Something. And it was the first day back to Oki in like 4 or 5 weeks, right? Like, we missed so many Okis. We were only supposed to miss 2 for, maybe Adam didn't miss many. Sorry, I missed 1. I missed an Oki because I was filming something that I can't talk about yet, but, you will get to watch eventually. And then we did 2 weeks of Friday nights. And then why didn't we get an Oki last week? We got bumped for something else again. I forget. Oh, right, it was the PPR. Right, we had just Friday nights filming into the PPR. Yeah, wish you could have paid attention to Oki, but the raid race. Yeah. Final Shape, Destiny 2 players. My Valorant crew is all up about it. I play Valorant with some people who care about that. I won't dox them. Totally new viewer, bother you with some dumb questions. Zero, I would love for you to bother me with dumb questions. I'm really happy to just stay on top of chat today. Loving it. That never happens for me. So it's great. But yeah, I have 3 jobs. Disrupting Spectator. Distrusting. I want to call you Disrupting Spectator, but you know that by now, probably. So if I just call you Disrupting Spectre by accident, that's your fault, and hopefully you're enjoying it. Yeah, you know. I'm not trying to neg you by doing that or anything. It's just probably what happens for you. Good, good. Yeah. Technically, there was a bonus multiverses stream that was basically Okioki. Oh, yeah, multiverses. Did we? We just played that. Like Ben just played that recently, didn't we? Yeah. Okay, I will be watching chat, but I'm also gonna hack away at this. I don't know if this one gets in. It is a mana dork. It's a maybe it just has to get in because it's sort of a playable 2-drop. I don't know if I like it. What about this one? Say you're casting this for 9. You're not casting for the red. You're not emerging. 9 mana, 6/6 flying. Your other stuff has emerge. Giving your other stuff is pretty emerge. You can exile your hand and draw 3 cards. Yeah, I mean, giving your 15 mana Emrakul emerge is like a pretty cool ritual. Like I guess it's like a rampant growth, but then it's also a 6/6 flying. Does this card play defense? I don't know. I'm a maybe on this card, but it seems cool. I don't know. 12/12 protection from spells. I guess stealing all their creatures is good. So everyone's clear. This is the we're about to build the like dream where you just have infinite mana. Like we're gonna play all the big lands and stuff. An Elemental Blast. That's got to be its name, right? This card's almost named after me. In fact, if you just take out the L, you get Nelly, Mental Blast. Something that happens to Nelly most nights. Counter target multicolored spell is actually kind of live. Destroy target multicolored permanent is pretty sweet. This just does a lot in the format. Like, you just get to blow up their Comet or kill their Minskin Boo. I don't even know if this deck wants this card, but this card's pretty sweet. I think we did talk about this card in the podcast. Maybe we didn't, actually. It's a little narrow, and it's hard to cast for most decks. This deck gets access to it for free, but I don't know if that actually makes it good enough. Like, I'm not sure if you want to be spending a card slot on Destroy Target Multicolored Spell. Your interaction is going to be, like, pretty small because you need to spend so many slots on lands and ramp and finishers, right? Like, we already have a 3-card combo that our whole deck revolves around. So, yeah, I don't know. Riddle Keeper. 8 mana. So much more than 7. Up to 2 target permanents and stun them. Nope, I'm out. This one's already in. Tusker. Yeah, this one's probably playable. It's a 3-drop. Nope, we're not in on that one. Okay, is that all the colorless spells from this thing? What? We probably play the command. Sorry, it gets into this deck. I skipped 1 or 2, didn't I? The Ravager we grabbed. Glary. So glad we get to play Glary. Did we grab a Null Drifter? We needed... Yeah, we did. Okay, Null Drifter's in. Okay, other enabler cards from mh3. Boop, boop, boop. Boop, 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 boop. No, I don't know if we're gonna Ugin's Bind people. Although possibly we have to. Maybe it's worth getting into blue just for this one card. We'll see. I don't know if our green base is going to give us any ways to... what's the word? Loot? I'm not sure if we're going to play artifact looting. When you cast and when dies is pretty good. There's a 2-drop that gives us a 0/1 from original Rise of Eldrazi. We're going to want to play that one. And then the other ramp... I don't know if as 3-mana ramp spells go. I'm not sure if just when it dies make a 1/1 or no 1 is good enough. The Propagator... I'm actually wondering if this card is decent in other decks. This one, the new Reap and Sow we want. Okay, we're probably just about done on MH3 cards. We've got to go hit the lands. And there might be an artifact or 2 we care about. Like Idol of the False Gods. What the hell does this card do? 4 mana for your first Eldrazi spawn. But then whenever your Eldrazi dies, it gets +1/+1 counter. And then it turns into Ulamog's Crusher. This is a hard card to figure out because it does help you get incidental value out of your extra mana, of which you are going to have tons of. Like, it's a ramp spell and a mana sink for late in the game. Yeah, let's try it. Let's. This is one of the cards we're gonna cut later. It's like it's in now, but then we have 50 more sets to look through, and we're gonna look at every single card in Magic the Gathering. Just kidding. I'm just gonna try to think of stuff. You're gonna help. Maybe. Sib, wow. You're so wow. The Sammercool is spicy. Steal all their creatures is pretty spicy. Okay. Hey, I'm catching up on chat now. One day maybe Nelly will figure out a setup where he can both look at one thing and another at the same time. I'm not sure if that's ever going to happen. Been streaming on my home stream for like 10 years now, right? Like we're coming up on it. Actually, it's more since my first home stream. My first home stream on this channel I think was like 2013. But since like taking it medium serious, I think that was only like 2018, maybe even 2019. Whatever year Ixalan happened. Cuz I can remember streaming a ton of Rivals. And at the time Rivals came out, I was like, okay, I'm going to try to stream enough that I could make it to Mythic in Limited. And I did. I did stream enough I could have made it to Mythic Unlimited. I just wasn't good enough at that draft format. Or maybe Magic period. All right. It wants to go over the top of our opponent. Yeah, absolutely. This deck wants to go over the top. That's what we're trying to do. We're trying to just get the mana to go to the top. It's like a commander deck. Dragon and Galarian might actually pull some combo nonsense. Yeah. What's so special about this set in particular? Okay, Sean, Mr. Wick, we'll come back to that. Sibwell, thank you again. You're telling me a Modern Horizon this 3? It's a good comment. Thank you, Sibwell. Appreciate your support. Kazi's Command. Yeah, we're on Kazi's Command. That's good. Haven't really been much of an Eldrazi fan because of the high CMC, but that's just me. I mean, Sean, Mr. Wick, like that is the reason not to be a fan of them, for sure. That is their fault. Building mono green first. Yeah, we're on mono green. Not adding the cycler for 2 and a blue. I don't know how much of any. I don't even know if binding's gonna make it. Is the cycler for 2 and a blue really good? I'll go back and look at it. Blue might give us twiddles for colorless ramp. Do we want to be twiddle ramp Eldrazi? That might be a thing. So slow. Hexing Bulb is a good one. Don't worry about it yet. Some Gitaxian Eye Tentacles installed. Get some Gitaxian Eye Tentacles installed. Right, for looking at 2 things at the same time. Yes. Okay. Are we including Tron? Yes. We might as well. It's incorrect, but I don't see why not. We're going to have at least 12 slots dedicated to colorless lands. And then we're going to play like 20 forests and stuff. So are we going to run out and not want to play Tron? Because I actually think including Tron is probably good. We have enough land tutors that like getting 3rd Tron piece might occasionally be correct. And hey, maybe I will play this deck at some point and then look back and think, nope. Show and tell. Yeah, okay, should we be blue-green for show and tell? The thing about including show and tell in your plan is that now show and tell is probably your best plan. And like, that might be just a better deck. But what I was imagining was a Highlander version of that standard green Eldrazi deck that Lova Janssen. Did I say the name right? Is it Lova Janssen or is it Janssen? Anyway, and they had a shark hat. It was like everyone from whichever European country that was on this deck was like passing the hat around to whoever was winning the most. Have I seen the Timeless Omni Show deck? Such a hoot. Ooh. I'm not sure that I have. Actually, yeah, I think I've run into Omniscience in playing Timeless. Rivals was 6 years ago. Yeah, okay, so 6 years. 6 years of playing seriously, and I don't know if I've ever been like, I'm gaming, but at the same time, I'm checking chat. Like, I feel like I have to be like, okay, we're not gaming now. We're on chat. And that's probably ADHD. Okay, which Tusker are we talking about? Cycler. It's the same as Tusker. I thought I grabbed... Isn't it this one? No? There's one that's the same as Tusker, but in blue? We do not... Oh, it's the same as Warped Tusker, not Croson Tusker. I thought you were like same as Croson Tusker, meaning it goes and gets a land. But there's just one that's... One of these idiots cycles for 3 mana? Sorry, is that the top? Is it a blue cycling but colorless? Oh yeah, this one. Oh yeah, you're right. It is the same. Why did I... Well, this one has reach and it's green. So I just passed by this one because I'm like, the effect isn't actually great. And you have to pay blue mana. And blue, if we include... Although it is an Eldrazi Trilobite. That was hard to say. I thought for a second it was going to be Trileobite. Like how the Brits say aluminium. Brits in chat. Unfollowed. Block. This is one of the best mana dorks of all time, so we should probably just include it. I mean, we didn't even talk about this in the... There's not that much to say, but it's obviously very solid. We did talk about this mana dork, and we probably should include this one too, actually. Any mana dork that can tap for more than 2 should be considered for this deck. So, like, I wonder if there's, like, some of those green mana dorks that are, like, 3 drops that do something wild, like that one that casts... What's that banned in Commander spell? It's like 8 mana, and your life total becomes the number of creatures you control. This card's just terrifying, so we should probably include it. Not Wumpus Aberration, though. We're out on Wumpus Aberration. No Wumpus for you. Okay, this one we need. This is like the reason that we're doing this, is this card right here. It's your fault. And then we already grabbed the cave. We don't need a landscape. I don't know that we're going to be playing any fetch lands. Possibly. Come back to that, I suppose. I don't think we're going to play Grist. I don't think we're playing Bridgeworks Battle. Disciple of Freyalise. Yeah. You can come to the party. I like you enough, for sure. What about this one? The Drowner of Truth? Just 7 mana bad Eldrazi versus land. That seems like great flexibility. Like, it's a colorless card that costs 7 for this, and the one other card we're going to play that cares about that. That's sick. Also, this Trick, that's also a land, maybe, but I don't know. Tap land. I don't want to go too hard. Okay, so good. Are we through this set yet? These are reprints. Yeah, we're kind of through this set, although we could just be looking at the reprints. Okay. Yeah. Okay, we did it. We can go over here now. Now we need to remember the names of cards. Greetings from the pre-release. Oh my god, is it the pre-release now? It is the pre-release. I could be pre-releasing instead of doing the stream. Kirby, thank you so much for stopping by, tuning in, saying hello. Hello, Kirby's pre-release. Life is so busy. We should play channel. Oh, this is us playing channel. Okay. Where do you go? Where do you go? You go here? Sure. I can sort of read that from here. I just want the original channel. Although, yeah, we might as well play this card. It's probably going to get in. It's an untapped forest, right? Yeah, there are some cards called Channeler that might be a consideration. We're not going to play this one. We are going to play this one, though. Yeah, like, what's this? No, not you. You're an interesting one, though. It's funny that you do channel. Oh, no, this doesn't also add mana. I don't know what I was thinking. This card's sweet, though. For the record. Everyone knew that. Everyone already knew. I knew you knew. Yeah. I don't want Greater Tanuki for this deck, even though it's close. Let's just do the big find all the Eldrazi's search. Because there are several that we don't have yet. Not just mh3, please. Does it just show us all the newest ones first? That's cool. What is Path of Annihilation? 4 mana, you get 2 0-1s. And now your 0-1s tap for mana. Yeah, we should probably try that. That seems pretty messed up. It's the kind of thing that we'd be terrified of if our opponent was just beating us with it. Sometimes we need to be the opponent. Okay. Older Eldrazi's, where are you at? Well, these versions are cooler. Oops. This one's sweet. Look at this art. I know it's kind of small for you on your little screen. Everyone's watching me on their phones, right? Ooh, 3-stream streak. Incredible, Sean Misrick. Sean Misrick had a good question from earlier. What's so special about this set in particular? This set in particular did a really good job. Wheeler said this already, but I think it is the most important salient point. It's hard to make a set that is like mostly an homage to other Magic sets, like being self-referential without being totally masturbatory. So I think this set is special because it did a good job of succeeding in that. It's like a good feel rather than a like, oh, we've been there, you know what I mean, or a like, yeah, we get it. And instead of those sort of negative review feelings popping up for me and most people I've talked to, it's a like, oh yeah, I remember X card everyone doesn't care about anymore. Sincerely, like that's great for Magic. Magic players love that for some reason. Like, you know, the spikiest players, you know, the most serious like competitors have a soft spot for many kind of bad Magic cards. So that's my favorite thing about this set. I think that's why it's special. Biorhythm. Thank you, Ukon. Block. How do you block this mix up? Dexter Kennedy, thank you so much for that Prime sub. Appreciate it. Okay. You and Magic is some of my favorite stuff on the internet. Dexter Kennedy, I don't deserve your kind words. Or maybe I do. Thank you. Either way, whether I deserve them or not. Let's not get into it. There's going to be an ad break in 3 minutes. Apparently I can turn them off. Serge was saying he doesn't run ads. I thought I had to. But maybe I'm just wrong. But the ads are coming. Watch out. Green Flare seems not great here. I think Green Flare is not great, period. Shaman of Forgotten Ways is the card I was thinking of. We might play that. Was Brainshards also skipped? Yeah, we're just not really a blue deck, Mathos. We're going to play the 1 green mana cantrips. Woodlands. Greens for pre-release, yeah. Fly to Australia, free Friday pre-release. Fly back in time for locals. Yeah, incredible. Green Flare amuses you because was it sacking Llanowar Elves or Dryad Arbor? Yeah, exactly. Well, yeah. There's probably a deck that wants to play, like, if you have Elvish Visionary in your deck, but not every other elf, but if you're like a deck that's trying to play like cantripping chumps, like this isn't very popular anymore, but if you have like a black-green Super Friends deck, like Allison famously played at YJ for years to great success, I could definitely see her deck playing Flare of Cultivation. I don't know that deck is still like a real thing. It would look a lot different. Everyone's decks from 2017 are mostly with replaced spells and lands that are the same, right? So, do we have enough forest for Raphaelos? That is a great question. Whether Raphaelos makes the cut or not is going to be a consideration. That is a fantastic question, Zyrist. Did that deck want Cultivate? That's yes. The Rock, Black-Green, Planeswalker Rock played Cultivate and Kodama's Reach until the last time we saw it around, which was kind of like, yeah, 2018, somewhere in there. Amulet Titan. Right. So, right. Brain Surge being skipped in the set review. Oh, Brain Surge is skipped in the set review because it's 3 mana, I think. None of us bugged each other to talk about it. Yeah. I think Brain Surge is like totally fine and cute. But as far as like power level for Canadian Highlander card drawing spells is sort of like, well, it's 3 mana. Is it better than draw 3, discard 1? Like, I don't know. Man, maybe. You draw 4, you put what the hell does Brain Surge do? Now you got me wondering. I'm like, I read it, it's bad. Draw 4, put 2 back on top, instant. So you keep 2 cards and it's an instant? Yeah, maybe this is fine. Sorry, I'm comparing it to like compulsive research because that's the first thing I go back, but then it's not so much that it's better or comparable to compulsive research that matters. It's that we don't know how many decks are playing compulsive research. Like, I don't know how many decks are succeeding with compulsive research in their list right now. But maybe Brain Surge will be that card I said, hey, tell me what your favorite card is that we missed or whatever. That's entirely possible. We've loved Flame of Anarch, just an instant divination. Yeah, well, Flame... Really? Okay. Mathos says we've loved Flame of Anor as an instant speed divination, but I've been mostly using Flame of Anor to dismember things. That's just me. Okay, it's bugging me. I gotta upgrade this dragon and this Emrakul. Both arts for Emrakul are gorgeous. I really like this Ulamog art more than the other Ulamog art. Although this Ulamog art is also good. Where'd my dragon go? Dragon. Get in there, dragon. And then, I don't know, Kozilek? Which one do we like more? Oh, I didn't even put Kozilek in yet. Yeah, this is probably happening. This card's pretty messed up, right? Okay. Um, no inversion behemoth. This 3-mana 2/2 that pumps your scions. I'm out. Not down. That's not for me. Not this time anyway. Lots of 10/10s. There's a couple cards like this. They're like, I'm a 10/10 and there's another 10/10 waiting. Like, kind of sweet, but always seem like, no, there's not enough room for you if I have like the real 10. They're like the draft copies of the Titans or something. Only in multiplayer. You can get in. This one's kind of neat. It was kind of neat before, too. This one has flash, right? Yeah. This one was, like, important and constructed. We should probably include it. This card also pretty messed up. This is a maybe. So is this. Let me just skip those two for now. Oblivion Sower I want to play. I'm a fan. Warping Whale kills a creature, right? Yeah. Or counters a spell. We can play Warping Whale. World Breaker is crucial. I don't know about Awakening Zone or not. It's kind of slow, but also it's kind of sweet. I'm going to skip it for now. We grabbed the Confluence already. I don't know why we're hitting up. I don't know why just not all of the same card comes at the same time. Do you know what I mean? Okay, Great Distortion. 10 mana, 12/12. This one counters spells. But, like, I mean, I guess we're going to have some 2, 3, 4, 1. Like, we don't have any ones yet at all. And, like, 1 is the main casting cost you're going to want to have to counter. Draws back up to 7. I'm going to skip this one for now. This one's getting in for sure. Constructed All-Star. I bought one of these for, like, $30 and held on to it even though it went up to $50. And, like, I still just have the one. Like, I'd still just enjoy casting this card in Highlander sometimes now. Rise of the Eldrazi, also a pretty interesting card. 12 mana for Time Walk, Vindicate, draw 4. It doesn't put a body on the table. Gosh, that's a lot of juice, though. Like, how does this deck not win after you cast that? You've just drawn 4 more cards. What is a Flayer of Loyalties? Gain control of target creature until end of turn. Untap that creature. It becomes a 10/10 and gains trample, Annihilator 2, and haste. Yeah, I mean, is it 10 mana win the game? You get to 10 them, Annihilator 2 them with haste, and then you still have a trample Annihilator 2? Sure. I'm okay with that. This is win more. And don't get me wrong, I love winning. How many of these do we want to play? Because we probably don't want to play this one unless we care about Eldrazi specifically. But we probably do want to play that Reach Fish. It's not a fish, it's a snake. Catching up on chat. Lands are just so much safer than Dorks. Can't power close, turn 1 Cultivate. I mean, if you're turn 1 cultivating, that's a good start, but it's not your Cultivate that did the work. Oh, I see what you mean. You play a 1-drop and then you sack. You 2 for 1 yourself to turn 1 Cultivate. Right. Yeah, I mean, you're not wrong, Mid-Chalk. Land destruction is much, much, much less common than creature destruction. Once Upon a Time fit in this deck? I'm not actually sure if Once Upon a Time fit. Probably, just because it helps your mulligans. It's almost always going for a land. But it's also... Once Upon a Time, at 2 mana, is still just like a decent green cantrip, in my opinion. Especially for this deck. For big, gigantic green Eldrazi, looking at 5 and getting a creature, it's super relevant. Kozilek's amazing. I love Mind Twisting for 2 and drawing 4. Okay. We have enough silent spawns to pivot between Ramp, our big things, and Forsaken Monument. Kozilek, Pump a Swarm. It's a fair question. We're going to want to play Forsaken Monument. I just don't know if we want to play Eldrazi Monument too. But maybe. That's a good question, though. Should we be able to pivot between the little dorks and the big dorks? Because that's sort of the essence of Eldrazi. Eldrazi Mimic, Ugin Sanctum. Yep, both of those are coming. I'm going to try not to gush too hard about Brain Surge, but 4 is so deep, so it's like we find a fetch, and that's not even getting into setting up Triumph St. Catherine and Terminus. Okay, okay, okay. But it seems like we have a ton. Eldritch Immunity, do you two for summoning yourself getting 2 basics? It's card neutral. That's a fair point. That's a fair point. Regular Kadama's Reach is a 2-for-1, where you draw 2 cards, like Divination, right? Okay, that's a good point. All right. Yeah, I mean, do you just want to include, like, did we miss this angle between? There's only 3 of us thinking about these cards. Maybe we missed the angle of just, hey, decks with dorks. Just play your dork turn 1 and then sacrifice it immediately. You're up another dork. You untap. It's like you played 2 dorks on 1. It's a mox draw. Yeah, I'm honestly kind of into that argument. I'm just wondering if it's like, maybe I should try it in Hoof. Like, like, I wonder if it's worth the trade-off of, later in the game, your dork can at least attack or block. That's not really how you brew, though. You brew around the first 3 turns. So, fair enough. I don't know if everyone followed my little ramblings there. Do I want none of this? I want Matter Reshaper. Do I want Eldrazi Mimic? I guess so. Yeah, Eldrazi Mimic's important. You just want to play Eldrazi Mimic so you get like a few free games off of Eldrazi Mimic. I'm going to hit it eventually. I'm on the Eldrazi search right now. There's a huge page of like every Eldrazi ever. Butcher of Truth probably gets in, right? It's got Annihilator. It's got draw 4 cards. Other bad Ulamog also gets in. Sorry, Ulamog. I think Predator probably gets it. Ooh, Growth Spasm. This is just slightly different Kadama's Reach. Probably we're not going to play it. Did I put Conscription? I actually like Conscription a lot, just because I'm a fan. I'm a fan of the Eldrazi Conscription from way back when. More weird Emrakul's. Mindbender? Don't say it. Mockery of Nature. No. Okay, the Eldritch Moon Eldrazi's are mostly missing. That's totally fine. Things were different back then. It was a fairer time. This card's still sweet. Okay. We do want to find Thought-Knots here. There's Eldrazi Mimic. There's like 14 different printings of Endbringer. Should we play Endbringer? I don't think this deck wants to play Endbringer. I've cast Endbringer, and it's not enough for me. Did we put a Thought-Knot Seer in yet? I know we saw earlier there was a weird printing of Thought-Knot Seer, but I want the regular looking one. It's just going to make me play better. I'm going to have an easier time if I have a Thought-Knot Seer that I know what it looks like. Also, Reality Smasher's in for sure. For sure. Okay, Scion Summoner. Are you a good enough one? It's on ETB, not cast, which is weird. And then it's a 3-mana 2/2 that makes a 1/1. No, you're out. I just want to spend... For something that's only making like 1 Scion, I only want to spend 2 mana on that. I don't care about the 2/2 body enough. Void Winnower should probably get in. It's a hate bear. Okay, but we hit like Thought-Knot Seer, Reality Smasher, that 3/2 that gets you something. I don't think we're doing From Beyond. Blister Pod. We can do Blister Pod. You're fine. We have Oblivion Sora. Yeah, we're getting in some... There we go. Nest Invader. You're important. Let's put Awakening Zone in and we'll cut it later. It's fine. Awakening Zone's kind of an admission. I don't know if any blue cards are going to make it. There's that Eldrazi Monument if we want to change our minds. Ooh, weird metal printing of Kozilek Butcher of Truth. I don't even know what this printing... Oh, it's Double Masters or something. Yeah, I like this more, actually, this look of Kozilek. This printing of Emrakul is also really nice. I don't know, do we like the original more? They're both great. Sure, let's rep Kev Walker. Why not? Kev Walker should finally get some respect. I don't. Do you think Not of This World's gonna make the cut? Is it just so important to protect your homie? I think when you cast one of these Titans, you actually are like, you're probably happier to just have another Titan in hand to replay than a Not of This World, because you got something off the trigger, and so you just want to have like the right ratio. I just don't know. I don't know that Not of This World is gonna earn its keep because it's not good in a mulligan. That's my fear with Not of This World. Mindbender attacks their hand. It's a black card. Warping Whale's in, Zyrus. I think Warping Whale goes in for sure. It's a 2-drop. It 1-for-1s a lot of the time. The worst case scenario actually is that it's ramping. Like, this is just a kind of semi-real magic card. Like, if this costs 1 and a red, there'd be some decks playing it. Maybe. Well, definitely if it costs 1 and a green, there'd be some decks playing it. I want to say. I could be wrong. Sure. You know what? Let's put in Force Flare of Cultivation. Yeah, no, it's all good. All good, you missed it. Don't worry about it. I thought the Warp Whale went in, but not seeing it. Yeah, it's just we're in Magic Online. You look at your deck list, converted by converted mana cost, and I like that. It means that we can see all the cards in the row because there's so many different casting costs. But it does literally go up to 16 here. Our X, where we have 2x. If we put an X casting cost creature, oh no, it'll go in under this one. Speaking of, we want Stonecoil Serpent, and I think that's all the Eldrazi we need. I don't think we're gonna get any more different Eldrazi's, but we want Stonecoil Serpent. How many cards? We have 48 cards in our deck right now with like 1 land or something. That's not how you spell serpent, Nelson. It's not serpent. That's what I do when I go to the club. I'm trying to dance. I'm having fun, guys. Yeah. I fooled Nelly. Now I can daze his Flare 3 for 1. Yes, absolutely, Mintrock. I can't wait. Flare of... How dare you? Oh, so many flares. Okay, sweet. Are these just all the 5 flare? No, there's some other flare cards. Okay, good. Lantern Flare, for example. Okay, we're going to mostly be dealing with this down here now. Let's put in some more cards. Feel free, shout out cards you want to see in the deck in chat. Yeah, the 2-drop column is actually just 2 4-drops. Exactly. No, these numbers here aren't the converted mana cost. It's just zeros on the far left. If you look down here, I don't know if you can see next to the Coach Nelly logo, but if the bar is all the way to the left, then we have lands, 1-drops. This thing. Is it with a V? Where's that spider? It's not a spider. It's like a Hydra or something. Damn it. Okay, this card's from, help me out, Ulvenwald. Thank you. It's not Uldenwald. Ulvenwald. And it's going to be like 20 cards, right? Because it's a place name. But I want the one that goes and gets a land. Yeah, it is a Hydra. Okay, sweet. There's also this sweet Oddity. That's like a really good card. You can traverse the Ulvenwald if you have Delirium. You can go look up any land. I thought this card was going to matter in Highlander for longer than it did. I'll be honest. I think Delirium is, as I look back, maybe one of the abilities I'm the most impressed with that Wizards has designed, because it's like, oh, you think this is going to be easy enough to get, but then, nah, getting 3 types is easy. Getting 4 types is like, you needed to have cleverly built your deck. Okay. All right. Are we doing... Here's a question, chat, and I don't know the answer. Because someone asked earlier. Yeah. Zyrus just asked again. Rothlos or Yavimaya? I think Yavimaya is in for sure. Cradle is in for sure. I'm trying to decide whether or not this deck is going to play 1-drop mana dorks. Or like lots of them, right? Like maybe it'll play a few. Some decks just play a few because like they have some extra ability. But does this deck want to play lots and lots of 1-drop mana dorks? Seems right. But at the same time, we want to do all this fun stuff. And maybe we need to focus more on just cards that generate more than one extra mana. Or can do it while dying. Like maybe we want to play Steve, but not Birds of Paradise. Also, we are playing Highlander. Like we've got to start going on turn 1. So if we're not playing one mana dorks, we need to decide what else we're doing with our turn 1. And it's not going to be playing a tap land. It's not going to be playing a Thoughtseize. It's probably not going to be playing a cantrip. It might just be playing... it might be playing a cantrip, actually. Sorry, it might be playing a selection spell. Although green still doesn't have a ton of those. And I think I like the idea of just playing Birds of Paradise more. And we don't have anything else here right now. So we could just put like 10 of those cards here. And then we'd be out of slots. Like we'd be on all lands and just like mana and Eldrazi. And I'd like to take this deck list to like at least one level of sophistication higher than that. Like probably the show and tell should get in. And then are we like mystical tutoring for the show and tell? Is there another tutor we can play that's like finds show and tell or a creature? Yeah. Kozilek's Return. I scrolled past Kozilek's Return because I don't know if I want to be red more than I want to be blue. And you really do need red mana. Ancient Stirrings, Natural Order. Yeah, Natural Order's getting in. I mean, Ancient Stirrings is getting in for sure. I don't think Natural Order's great for us. You can go get Primetime, which is great. It's totally fine to Natural Order into Primetime. But you're going to have tons of gas in your deck, and you can't go get any of the really high drops. So I think it's probably better to just reliably cast your early spells. That's my thought. Maybe Noah is still better than a Mox. I don't know. You do have to choose between the two, right? Not me looking up the points list in real time. Every single time I build the deck, I'm like, let's double check. What does Natural Order currently cost? It's 2. It was 3 for a bit there. So you're not paying an entire Mox, but like this deck loves Soul Ring. So, you know, if we do that, we could be on Soul Ring Mox and just play the 2 on color. Or we could be on Mystical Tutor to go get Show and Tell. Yeah. I think we just want Mana Rocks. Crypt is 5, hey? Vault is really good for this deck, too, if we want to play 1 Mox. Wait, can we play Vault, Green Mox, Natural Order, Soul Ring? Yeah, we can, can't we? Maybe we do that. Vault is pretty sick for this deck. It's not better than Crypt or anything, but it's better than in a lot of decks. So what if we're like Mox Emerald, Mana Vault, Soul Ring? That's 8, and then Natural Order is 9, 10. Yeah, okay. I think I'm sold on that. We can trade a Mox for a Mana Vault, so we get Natural Order in there. Is Soul Ring Crypt Vault 10? Yeah, Soul Ring Crypt Vault is also 10 if you just want maximum colorless mana. But if we're a green Eldrazi deck, I could see going for Natural Order instead. All right, now we really do need to play Mana Dorks, because what the heck else are we sacrificing to Natural Order? The hell? What is it? It's the alpha mana symbol. Weird. Okay. Oh god, there's gonna be 1,000 printings of this. Sweet. Wait, why are there all these? Oh, there's soldiers. Where the ring tempts you. Nice. Whines about how there's too many printings of Soul Ring. Scrolls through all of them to choose his favorite. They really have the ABUR mana symbols. Yeah, apparently. Gotta have the Urza Saga. It's true. We need Urza Saga. No one's ever been more right than Mathhouse suggesting add Urza's Saga. It's extremely correct. The Alpha Taps colorless is extra nice. Yep, you're right. Minchok, did you call for Eldritch Immunity twice? No, just once. Okay, that's fine. Kozilek's turn. Okay, Minchok, I am listening, and these are good suggestions. I don't think I want Eldritch Immunity or Kozilek's Return, but I think I like where your head's at. So I want to praise you for sharing. Thank you for suggesting. Exploration and Fast Bond. I'm not sure if we're on that. Abundant Harvest. Yes, Abundant Harvest is in. That's what I was talking about earlier. That was one of the ones I wanted to remember. Yeah. Ooh, so many options. Ancient Tomb. Yeah, for sure. All the ancient. No, don't. No, sorry. You're doing fantastic. Vaultborn Tyrant could be okay. That's a cool suggestion. I want to read Vaultborn Tyrant again. Yeah, Ancient Tomb is right. Let's do this as Zendikar one. Wait, this one's Zendikar too, isn't it? No. Maybe? No. And I actually think City of Traders is also correct. I could be wrong. That'd be an interesting granular thing if you're like, nope, you don't play City of Traders because you have too many lands or whatever. I'm pretty sure that playing this card is still right. Even if you sacrifice it, like if you just get out a quick Thought-Knot Seer, you know, I'm fine with that. We're going to get more lands later. You know what? I'm not interested in enough in the Sneak and Show version. I just want to make my life easier. I'm going to cut down on these 3s. Not you, Glary. You can stay. Nightshade, Fanatic. We need Devoted Druid. And I feel like I need to be one of those posts where I'm like, someone do this math for me. My family's starving. Does Rothlos go in this deck? We're going to play Yavimaya. Let's try to figure this out now. What is Rothlos making the cut or not? We're going to play 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 non-forest lands. That's still fine. We could even add like 7 more and Rothlos could still be good. What's our Urza Saga package? It might literally be Mox Soul Ring. We could put Clamp in this deck or Shadow Spear. Pithing Needle if we want to max this out, but actually I'm fine with it literally just being Soul Ring. Like we have a game where we've drawn our Mox and our Soul Ring and now our Saga blanks after 2 turns. Like, yeah, we could put a Haywire Mite in. Haywire Mite's fine. We have a Stonecoil Serpent. We can go put a creature in our graveyard. No, we can't. I'm not going to stop. I'm never going to read Urza Saga. Nope. Not going to do it. Tower Mine, Power Plant. Yeah. Yeah. No, that's actually correct. We said we were going to do that. Let's grab those ones. Urzas. I wonder if this will find all of them or not. Will this find Planar Nexus? It did. Sweet. Does this come in untapped? Yep. Sweet. And then, I don't know. Which one's my favorite? No, I don't want these mine. Do I have all the arts on here? Ooh, do we want Urza's Factory to be another Urza's land? Possibly. Here we go. Yes. But I just want to scroll through the Urza's search. Oh, what are these from? Oh, yeah, this Masters set. Oh, yeah. Right, Urza's Workshop. This one, actually. Right? You have to have 3 or more artifacts. But, like, do you just play this one? Is this better than Rothlos? I think it actually is, weirdly. Like, I think that... feels weird saying that. The games where you just draw, like, one of the tower mine, one of the original 3, versus the games where you draw... I like all the mines so much. I'm fine with the bug as the power plant. I also really like this rock. This mine's so good. I'm going to go with the Howling Mine. And yeah, I guess full art game day promo. Not game day. What was this? This was some kind of Champs promo. Urza's Labyrinth. No, Urza's other thing. Factory. Because these things just want you... Wait. This isn't what they really say anymore, right? Don't they just count up to 3, or am I thinking of a different one? Because they don't count. They're not looking for names. What's the oracle on these Urza lands? Rothlos is better unless you're a heavy artifact build. Crop rotation's points too, still, isn't it? Or no, or did it get cut? Crop rotation's free now, right? Yeah. Okay. Sorry. See, we pointed crop rotation, and then so I have like a 10 or 15 year window I need now before I'm going to remember that it got unpointed. I'm going to have that knee jerk of like, oh, I lost that match. You can't just throw crop in there like that. But yeah, we are just going to throw crop in there. Okay, what was I just doing where, like, recently this is so cute. I really like this one. I'm getting an app out so I can look up. I want to know if the oracle on Urza's Tower is any different than what I'm looking at here on Magic Online. It shouldn't be, because Magic Online should be. Okay, there's no notes about it. Oh, they aren't talking about the card type. It's just that these also have the type. Sorry, not this one. Where are you? It's also a mine. You have to have an Urza's, which is also a mine, and an Urza's, which is also a tower. Right. So the planar land, wherever it went. Did I single click it? God damn it. The planar land satisfies being one of them, or does it just hook these lands up? Do you only need, how does this, it says and, right? Urza's mine says and. So if you just have an Urza's mine tower power plant land, like you've got the changeling land, does that just mean it's that one with any one of them and it turns them on? Satisfies all of them, yeah. Tower plus planar equals 4 mana. Thank you for answering this question before I even figured out asking it. Yeah, what up, Fjord Sword? Happy pre-release weekend to you. We are brewing green Eldrazi. Currently, we're trying to muddle out whether playing actual Tron is better or worse than playing Rothlos. We have Channel in the deck. Like, we are looking to have 2 green on turn 2. So, like, our land base is going to have to eventually satisfy that. I feel like this might not happen enough for us to care about it. But yeah, let's put the Expedition map and the Sylvan Scrying in. We're also going to play regular... well, there's so many pretty Expedition maps I've never seen before. Wild. Lost Caverns Vixline Commander. So cool. I played this set. Oh, was it rare in this set? This is just Double Masters, isn't it? Maybe it was just... Oh, it was a promo. Cool. All right, well, I have an original print. Well, this is entertaining. Old man stares at screen. Tron math is much Chad. Yeah. We're having 2 events in the store this week. Good for you. Awesome. It's not like Party. It's all 3. Yeah, exactly. It's not like Party. Right. You need to have the Mark 2D and Tron so good. Yeah, those... Honestly, the Tron lands did have really banger arts. It's sweet. I'm stoked for the Tron lands. They had such a good career eventually once they printed Karn. Is Sylvan Library bad? I mean, Sylvan Library is kind of never bad. Ukon, I don't know if we want to be on Karuz. We're not getting, like, landfall effects much. Everybody seems to like Vexing Bauble. Just because you can draw a card, I guess. It also does matter against some stuff. Turns off Storm, sort of. No, it doesn't. You're not casting those copies. I think it's just Haywire Might if we want to go deeper. I could actually see putting Shadow Spear in this deck, too. Just like any creature you have. If you can go get Shadow Spear, suddenly you can win the game, right? Like, instead of having to... Because we're gonna be getting Ragavond and stuff early, and then we need to be able to, like, not die, play our creature, block, and then attack. Whereas, like, if we have Shadow Spear, maybe we just don't have to do the second thing. You know what else might be kind of cash? Is Lava Spur Boots. Because we're going to be making a ton of mana, and maybe just giving our creatures haste is worth it. Let's do that as, like, kind of a hilarious little nod to having stuff to do with Urza Saga. Okay. All right, have we missed any other? I'm just going to take a look at another deck. Here's another deck I've been working on. I just want to look at it to be like, look at the land base. Here's like dorks I'm playing in this 4-color deck, by the way. It's not like every dork, but let's remember these ones. Halfling. I don't know if DRS is making the cut because I don't think I would even want to play fetch lands. Although if I did, I could play Lotus Cobra. Halfling, Bop, Hierarchs. That's all that this one has for 1-drops. Green Sun Zenith. We could be doing. Crop, we remembered. Mox Thermal. This deck plays Shadow Spirit. I mean, Expo Map is also a card you can get off of Urza's Cave or Urza's Saga, so that's fine. We'd already included that one. This deck isn't even playing Ancient Tomb, so it's a bad example. Although there is a Wasteland in here. So we should play that, because that taps for colorless mana. Also, like, Canopies? Probably not. Not this time. All right, little indulgence. Wasteland. Important Magic card that you should remember. It exists. There's even a card called Wasteland Strangler that's an Eldrazi. Processor even. Processor? This card was low-key important in draft. I'm not sure if it had its day in Standard. I don't really remember. Okay, this is 71 cards. We need to add some more forests, like 20. So that only gives us a few slots to play with. It's basically just like mana dorks. And then you're done if you're happy with what you've got here. We cut the show and tell plan. We kept in, like, you know, some of these sort of questionable cards. This deck doesn't have any harmonizes. Like, it kind of just right now it just has to mulligan. It has a few cycling effects, which is cool. Oh right, it has this Null Drifter that we can't pay blue for. Maybe we just include the Trop for Null Drifter. I don't want to cut Null Drifter because it just as a 7, I'm fine with it being 7 mana 4/4 flying, draw 2 cards. This is kind of like this deck's spare Once Upon a Time, but we might put Once Upon a Time for real in. Just a pile of these huge things. We should probably be playing Genesis because it's the same as that other thing that I talked about. Not doing. Like, I think this deck sort of just free rolls Genesis, right? Something weird happened to my screen for a second there. I'm sorry, I said Genesis. I meant Eureka. Why did I say Genesis? We're not playing Genesis. Why did I say Genesis? I'm thinking of a different card that has Genesis in the name. Like Majestic Genesis? Genesis Wave, maybe? Genesis Wave would be a funny include. Or Genesis Hydra. This is the kind of effect that I was thinking of. I don't know that I want to play any of these cards. Although maybe this one particularly is fine. I meant Eureka. I just want to put Eureka in. I don't know if we need to go down this route. All right. Progenitus for the natural order. The Great Henge. Oh, the Great Henge. The Great Henge is so great. I'm just used to losing to it in Gladiator, but like this might be a deck that can play it in Canadian Highlander. The Party Tree. So green for a Sol Ring that gains you 2 life and draws you cards. X is the greatest power among creatures you control. Yeah, let's play the Great Henge. I'm fine with it. And I think Rothlos made it too. I think it's going to be okay. I think we can play Rothlos and Urzatron and a bunch of mana dorks, right? Sorry, we can play 7 more mana dorks at least. What time is it? 8:47. The thing is about to break. I got to try to save this deck and get off the beta. Because I think it's going to kick me out. Actually, I don't have I had to uninstall the other version too. So I think my stream is just going to end in 10 minutes, team. Just draw your Navamaya off. Well, no, we're going to play a ton of basic forests, actually. And yeah, this one and this one. Good. Was there something I missed earlier? Does anyone remember if there was a card I was like all mad that I clicked it, but then it didn't go? I'm trying to remember now. Sorry. This part of deck building is the worst, right? Where you're most of the way through, and then you want to double check, and your mind is in 4 different places at the same time. Nobody else gets that? Just me? Cool. Other 2-mana mana dorks that can add more than 1 mana. Like, we've got Devoted Druid and Fanatic of Ronas. I wonder if we want Incubation Druid in this deck. Raphelos is in there. Is there another good 1, 2, or 3? Boreal Druid? Yeah, Delighted Halfling, both of those. Let's play both those. Goldvein Hydra, you think? Gwenna. Yeah, Gwenna or the one from Fiora. We could be playing Wall of Roots. Elvish Spirit Guide. I don't love an Elvish Spirit Guide in this deck, but I could see playing that 7/6 Reach. Yeah, let's put Gwenna in. Hell yeah. Gwenna's a mean card. Yeah. Only colored mana, but that's okay. We're casting big creatures. Delighted. Charmed, I'm sure. Look, we have 11 1-drops now. That's nice. I think we do want Once Upon a Time. Should we just grab all the ones that add green now too? And then lands? Lair of the Hydra? No, we're not going to play Lair of the Hydra. Thank you, though. Priest of Titania? Yeah, no, Priest of Titania actually is correct. Thank you. That is exactly what I was looking for. 2-drop mana dorks that add more than 1 mana. And this one does that. It's in that same set we just played. It's good in the Eldrazi draft deck. Portent Tracker? Yeah, I don't hate Portent Tracker. That's the one that adds an extra counter on a battle or takes one off. Look at me telling a hoof player about Priest of Titania. No, it's good. Yeah, actually, Wall of Roots is a fine suggestion too. Blocking is important. Get in there. 1, 2, 3, 4. No, I want more 1s now. That's enough 2s. No, not Cavern of Souls, not Invasion of Ikoria. I don't think. Invasion of Ikoria is an interesting call. Right now we have this Path of Annihilation and Kozilek's Predator. I could see Kozilek's Predator getting improved. Actually, yeah, sorry. We could just turn Kozilek's Predator into regular Reap and Sow. This Path of Annihilation is like an interesting card that like is brand new, and so it seems correct to try it. And yeah, I don't know. But, you know, probably wouldn't make every version of this deck. It doesn't seem like a strictly, obviously, overpowered busted card. But Reap and Sow is. It's a character with a proven track record. Just try and think if I want to look at... actually want to look at the hoof deck. Just to remember which mana dorks exist. So I know which ones I want to play. Yeah, I don't think it's an Arbor Elf deck. Delighted Halfling already grabbed. I might just be Llanowar Finhorn Mystic. Like, I think that's where we're at. That's what oh, Tree Speaker. Yeah, okay, Tree Speaker's an interesting consideration. Yeah. We could be playing Tribe, too. So it's like Tree Speaker and Tribe, the 3 Mystics. This is honestly like, or Circle of Dreams. Like, these two are like kind of better than most of the other 3s. Oh, there was one from the new Commander set that if you have a gate, you can untap it. But even without having a gate in play, it's like, it's from mh3 Commander. We talked about it on the podcast. Although that actually might not be out yet. Voyaging Satyr, untap Soul Lands. Yeah. Malevolent Rumble. I don't know what that is. Okay, let's just add the regular mana dorks. Get in here, buddy. Sure, I'll grab this tribe too, because why not? Actually, the triple green is awful. We shouldn't play it. I have changed my mind. Ooh, can I get the Magali? I can't. Huh. That's too bad. Sorry, whose art can I get? I mean, the original's good, but what choices do I have? Iga, Igson Art, Oliwaliak. The original's by Wesley Burt. Or this new one, newish, by Greg Staples. Sure, we'll give Greg the nod. There's a Secret Lair with a Elvish Mystic that's Malgai Villeneuve. And it's really nice. Okay. Did that get in? No. I don't know how to click on cards yet. I'm still working on it. One day. Maybe. Maybe we should just also add Sensei's Divining Top and Fetch Lands to this deck. Because what we've got, there's got to be one more good cantrip we're not playing, right? Abundant Harvest, Ancient Stirrings. There's another 1 green mana spell that affects the top of your library and or draws you a card that's playable, isn't there? Is this thing good? I don't know if this thing's... When we're looking for cuts, I'm going to be checking out all the false gods. This can stay. This I want to try. Yeah, this is good. Actually, this deck is looking fine. I'm like reasonably satisfied with where it is. Maybe we'll let Idol False God stay. Really like Disciple of Freyalise. I think this is a really cool include in this deck. Along with Drowner of Truth. Yeah, and the rest seems pretty straightforward. We are gonna play a Trop. Maybe we should play 2. Yeah, we're gonna play Fetch Lands for the Trop and a maybe we'll play a Surveil and a Triome as well. Or is there... They didn't finish that cycle, did they? Is there a blue-green... is there a blue-green... We have Stolen Scrying already. Is there a blue-green... you pay 2 to cycle it land? They only did... No, that's... those Amonkhet dual lands. There's only the on-color ones, right? I gotta save this deck real soon before I get kicked off the app. I'll hang out for a little bit more and we'll just look at Moxfield. There is Waterlogged Grove. Yeah, I don't think we're a Waterlogged Grove deck. They only did ally colors. That's okay. We're going to put in Tropical Island. We can probably do all 4. It's fine. We'll do Tropical Island, Breeding Pool, because we want 2 that are untapped. We're not going to play a basic island, though. They all have to be forests. Did that get in there? Yeah. Look at me putting a Ketria Triumph in my deck that's supposed to not have the Return of Kozilek or whatever. And then a... Actually, no. Let's either play this or the Interplay Tap Surveil one. And I think I feel better about this one. That's fine. We're not going to play the Surveil dual land in this one because I don't really want to play a second tapped land. Like, not down. In fact, maybe I should cut this Triumph. Nah, whatever. Play the Triumph. Okay, then we need green fetches and some number of blue fetches. Are we going to play 3 blue fetches? No, 6 is fine. Let's just play Scalding Tarn. And Polluted Delta. And then we'll play green ones. Wastelands in, Yavimaya Coast. Yeah. I don't think we need to. The thing about Yavimaya Coast is it's not a forest, and we already put in, like, the share of colorless lands. If there's another, like, does colorless and does something else that's super relevant for our deck card, we could talk. But I think like we included Eye of Ugin. Oh, you know what we didn't put in? That other good one from Zendikar Standard, actually. Sorry, what the hell is it called? It's like it's not Temple of the False God, although Temple of the False God is another one we could consider. Yeah, I don't know if we need Reclaimer. I don't know if we're on Reclaimer or not. We could think about Field of the Dead though if we're gonna put Reclaimer in. This isn't like a lands deck. We don't want to play like a ton of that action. We mostly are just looking for like some forests and some colorless lands, some mana ramp, and an Eldrazi Titan, and that's what we want our like opening few turns to be. The temple is in. No, there's another one that can tap for 2. You have to have some minimum number of lands. Okay, I think that's all the fetches we're playing, right? No, we didn't grab freaking catacombs. Okay, I own this card in paper. It's from the set, I want to say Zendikar. I'm not thinking of Throne of Makindi, but now I want to read Throne of Makindi. What do you do? Huh. Nope. We don't... Do we have kick spells? We might have a couple, but no, that's not what we're playing. No, this land, like... maybe it doesn't tap for 2. Maybe it just gives you some other bonus. I feel like there's a... Which is the land that you can, like, sacrifice when you cast a 7-mana spell? Does that ring any bells with anybody? There's that one, and then there's another one. They're from the Eldrazi Temple era. Ugin Sanctum. That one's important. We don't want to miss that one. But again, but this isn't the last one. Sanctum of Ugin, probably. There we go. Yeah. This one has to get in. If you do, search for a colorless creature card. Yeah. This is the extra gas one. But there's another ramp one. It'd be modern legal. You know what? Let's do it. Let's just get another web page. It's fine. Gatherer. Looking for lands is forgetting lands. Also hit save. Oh yeah, shoot, it's 9. Oh, I might get booted. How do I hit save? Oh my god. Save. Does it auto save? Maybe it auto saves. Maybe it doesn't matter because this is all just going away in a second. We should export. Here, let's just put 4 forests in. It hasn't crashed yet. Oh my god. Basic forest. How do I find it? Oh, it was right there. Damn. There we go. Okay, great. Now we should export this. No, I don't want .deck if possible. Okay. Yeah, whatever. Save. Now it's on my hard drive. All that work. Hooray. No, I'm not a sicko. Shrine of the Forsaken Gods. That's exactly what I'm looking for. What does this card do? Because I remembered it, and I feel like it's good in this deck. Yeah. You have to have 7 lands. But I think that's worth. I think we do it. I'm not saying we're gonna have 7 lands, but it's like it's wastes plus, right? Like I think it's gonna be pretty much the same as all these Urza lands. They're gonna be wastes in our deck. Yeah. So there you have it. This is Nelson's Channel Eldrazi deck in all its glory. This took an hour and a half to brew. I wish I could play some games now. That'd be fantastic. I'm like keen enough to play games that maybe we should just move over to Arena. Or, well, we could, you know what we could do is we could move over to regular Magic Online. Build the same deck, but without the new cards. No, I lied. I don't want to do that. This deck is really hinges on these new cards being here. There's a bunch of like really cash payoffs for playing this deck that are from this set, because this is one of the marquee things. It'd be like trying to play a Canadian Highlander energy deck without the new cards. So I don't want to do that. But I'd play Storm Shops on regular moto. I can talk. If you weren't here for the early part of the stream, I had a big day and I'm tired. If I have an opponent in chat, I would play Magic cards with you. I'll play Canadian Highlander on Magic Online. Type something. This deck is done. We did it. And I think it looks magnifique. The mana's wrong. If you're going to play Rothlos, probably all these Urza lands need to turn into forests. No, not all of them, but the factory, the mine, the power plant, the planar nexus. Actually, the planar nexus is fine, isn't it? Oh, non-basic type. No, it doesn't add a green. Okay. For a second, I was like, wait, is this just every land and it comes into play untapped? That seems wrong. Yes, it's not that. But yeah, 36 in this row. That's probably actually okay. We probably did land on the right number of lands. Oh, I have Ugin in land. No, maybe it needs a few more lands. 39 might be right. It's like maybe Idol of the False Gods is another forest. Actually, maybe we can keep the Urza lands and just cut 3 spells and turn them into forests, and then you have your deck. This is also 101, so it's like cut 4 spells and add 3 forests. Sylvan Library probably is right for this deck, just because I couldn't think of another 1-mana dork. Also, we don't have a way to sacrifice Blister Pod. So even though you're like, usually it'll be like, yeah, you block. Like, it's possible, you know, there's matchups where you can't block, and so this is actually just a blank. So turning it into a forest might just be better. I like the look of a lot of the rest of this, though. I'm curious what your versions of this deck might look like. Save. Overwrite. Yes. New. Now, how hard is exporting a .deck file? Will Nelly be able to figure it out? Oh, wait, there's an existing deck list button right there. Whoops. Okay, well, maybe it'll also work in the bulk edit. Hold on. I just made this deck. From file. No. Maybe? Recent files. Is it the same deck? No, although check this deck out. Oh, this was a draft deck for Jared's Cube. Up the Beanstalk. No, Beans is a great idea. Of course you can make that suggestion. It's not a typical Beans list because there's no free spells you can hit for Beans, but Beans and Sylvan Library both draw you a bunch of cards. Wahoo! Thanks for joining, Adam. Yeah, they both draw you a bunch of cards. So there's that. Okay, I couldn't figure out how to load from a .deck file. But maybe I can save this in some other format. Hold on. I can do text. Sick. Okay. Great. So that'll probably work. Nope. So that'll probably work. All right, I need to delete some of these decks. Okay. How do I do that? Can I delete this file? Yeah. Permanently. Oh my god. Okay. One more try. Green Eldrazi. Bro! I can't do it. I've never been able to roll my R's, and I'm actually pretty sad about it. I did learn French, but I was bad at that part, always. Rest of my French, not that bad, especially for someone who doesn't speak French. I feel it's wrong we only hit one of these. There's probably supposed to be another one. Also, like, this deck doesn't have an endurance. You know, there's a bunch of good green cards that we're missing. And that's fine. We included some good green cards. This one's pretty suspect. It's funny, looking at it by type, kind of calls you out a little bit more. Like, both of these are like, I don't know if these are actually good. This one I have like a fair bit of faith in. This one, I don't know. Both of these two new cards, the Path of Annihilation and the Idol of the False Gods, I could see going either way. Could definitely go one way or the other. But yeah, let's add up the Beanstalk to the maybe board. Maybe board exists, right? Isn't that's a part of this whole setup, isn't it? Bulk edit. Considering up the Beanstalk. Salvon Library. Save. And it's saved. What up, man with the mask? Hey, yeah. Okay. Well, chat, I'm enjoying hanging out with you. I don't immediately have a game to play, I don't think. Maybe I can get in. No, I don't think it's going to work. I don't think I can play a game. So, should I say goodbye? Who else is streaming? Maybe I can drop you guys off in some sort of comfortable, warm pool. You know, a place where you might like to be. Perhaps with the ham. Ooh, Evan Stern having a pizza party. That sounds kind of cool. I'm going to put my headphones on. Am I blasting some other Twitch stream? No. They're muted. Excellent. Okay. Half memeing, yeah. You cut Factory. Factory's probably not making it into the regular, into the final form, no. But I think maybe also the mine and stuff aren't supposed to get in. Beans and Kozilek draws 5 cards. Exactly, 5 cards is more than 4 cards. Did someone pee in the pool? Dear me, dear my. Wait, is he Evan J. Stern or is he Evan Stern? I need to go look. Oh no. He is Evan J. Stern, I remembered. Incredible. Okay. This is everyone's buddy. Canadian talent. Canadian actor, performer, Twitch streamer, Evan J. Stern. You might know him as Rolled from Letterkenny. He's probably just hanging out, chatting. Thank you so much, everybody who joined tonight. New followers, welcome. Thanks to everybody who subbed. I had a great time brewing this deck with you. I hope you enjoyed any MH3 early access content that you watched today. This was a hashtag MTGO creator Magic Online event. Thank you, Magic Online, for hooking me up with the free account, even though I could only basically use it as a cool version of Moxfield. Today, because my life was so busy, I couldn't make it during the times that the event was on. I look forward to hopefully getting into another early access event and playing a game of Magic. That would be fantastic for me. Okay, yeah, it's late, sun's down and everything. Getting real low. All right, here's my buddy Evan. Have a great night, everyone. Thanks for joining.